Hey there, football fanatics. Here's a quick one. When you think of football transfers, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Is it the crazy price tags we often hear about in the headlines? I mean, who would even think about paying 10 billion euros for a transfer? It's wild, right? Of course, no team has spent that much, but it does give you an idea of the crazy sums of money involved in football transfers. On the other hand, the fact that a single move can either make or break a footballer's career, turning an average player into a superstar, or on the flip side, crushing their dreams. However, seeing how one transfer can profoundly impact that beautiful game of football is fascinating. On a lighter note, subscribing to Footballist gives you access to more fascinating content. In football, transfers are more than just players changing clubs. They're turning points that can shape careers and redefine legacies. Remember when Juan Roman Riquelme traded the yellow submarine for the bustling streets of Villarreal? It was a move that transformed Villarreal into a Europe contender and solidified Riquelme's place as one of the game's great playmakers. And then there was Diego Milito, leaving Genoa for Inter Milan. A transfer that saw him become a talismanic figure, leading Inter to a historic treble in 2010. But the most magical of them all was Ronaldinho's arrival at Barcelona. The Brazilian Samba King graced Camp Nou, transforming a struggling Barcelona into a footballing powerhouse. As much as Ronaldinho's legacy was quite magical, some players feel like a spell has been cast on them. One such player is João Félix. And today, we will be unraveling some untold truths about his move from Atletico to Barcelona. Even his failed loan move to Chelsea, too. But before we get into the details of this transfer, let's rewind a bit to where it all started, like every other grass-to-grace story of professional footballers. Our story begins with a boy from Viseu, Portugal, whose love for football started at a young age. Born on November 10, 1999, João Félix possessed undeniable talent. He honed his skills with local clubs like Os Pestinhas and FC Porto's Youth Academy, leaving fans and scouts amazed. But the defining moment arrived when he joined SL Benfica, making history as the club's youngest player to score a hat-trick, and also secured the Primeira Liga title in his first and only season with them. Also, he was awarded the Primeira Liga's Best Young Player of the Year and the Golden Boy Award. Yet, this was only the start. His skills on the field caught the attention of talent scouts from top European clubs. Despite his young age, Felix showcased remarkable technical abilities and an understanding of the game that blew the minds of fans and pundits alike. His performances were so impressive that he was already being courted by several of Europe's biggest clubs. Fast forward to the summer of 2019, when Atlético Madrid dropped a crazy sum of 126 million on one player. Their target? The 19-year-old Portuguese sensation, João Félix. Luck, you might call it. As we know, João Félix had been tearing it up at Benfica, dazzling everyone with his skills and making defenders look like lost tourists in his amusement park. So, when Atlético Madrid, known for their park-the-bus style, went all in on this exciting attacker, it raised eyebrows. Regardless, fans were excited about the new move. They envisioned a new era of free-flowing, attacking football that would take on the big guns of Barcelona and Real Madrid. They dreamed of goals galore and fancy footwork that would make Ronaldinho do a double take. But hang on, guys, reality was about to crash the party. Under the stewardship of the tactical genius Diego Simeone, Atletico had been the masters of defense, discipline, and grinding out 1-0 wins. It was like they were the guardians of the old way of playing in a world gone mad for flashy football. Suddenly, they had a young wizard in their ranks, a player who thrived on audacious dribbles, cheeky passes, and making defenders look like a comedian who just told a bad joke. I mean, imagine trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, and you've got João Félix at Atletico. It was like trying to mix oil and water. They didn't work. Simeone demanded tracking back, defensive duties, and a well-drilled game plan. On the other hand, João Félix wanted to juggle the ball on his head while riding a unicycle. The result? Well, it was like watching a tug-of-war between practicality and style. Felix often found himself on an island, trying to conjure magic when the playbook screamed for simplicity. La Liga's rough-and-tumble style was a far cry from the laid-back Portuguese league, where defenders would probably offer him a cup of tea while he dribbled past them. And then there was that enormous price tag, 126 million euros. It was like having a neon sign above his head blinking, "Expect greatness now." Unsurprisingly, being the world's most expensive teenager can be challenging. Just ask Kylian Mbappe or Jadon Sancho. Regardless, people wanted to see if he was worth all that money. The pressure was intense. In his first season, João Félix showed moments of brilliance as he played alongside Diego Costa and Álvaro Morata, forming a promising attacking trio. But he also had some ups and downs, which is typical for a young player, as the pressure to be the next Atletico superstar was heavy. One memorable moment in his first season was a stunning goal against Juventus in the Champions League. It was a solo effort that blew the minds of Atletico fans. It also showed his potential, but consistency was an issue, as the pressure to perform was always there. In fact, rumors started circulating about João Félix leaving for Barcelona. However, discussing his intriguing loan move to Barcelona is only possible with his underperformance at Chelsea. You see, João Félix arrived at Chelsea with high expectations, carrying the weight of his immense talent and a hefty price tag of £9.7 million. Chelsea fans were excited, hoping he would be the missing piece in their attacking puzzle. But football, as we know, can be unpredictable. Things went differently than planned at Stamford Bridge, as the Premier League posed a formidable challenge for the young Portuguese star. He struggled to adapt to the demands of English football, the goals weren't flowing, and João Félix found himself on the fringes of the team. It was a frustrating time for both João Félix and Chelsea. The fans had hoped for fireworks, but they were met with flickers. The expectations were sky high, but reality hit hard. The failed loan spell left João Félix at a crossroads in his career. His confidence was dented and doubts crept in. Fast forward to his loan move to Barcelona. The media went wild, as Barca has been stalking Joao like a prized possession, and they eventually got him. This loan move to Barcelona is quite a big deal for Joao. You'd be wondering why, right? First, João Félix has shown he's not just about fame and fortune. He's committed to success. How? He agreed to a lower salary to make this Barcelona move happen, a rare move in a world where players often chase huge paychecks. Now, why Barcelona? Well, João Félix's style of play makes him a great fit. With his fantastic dribbling skills and goal-scoring abilities, João Félix is a perfect fit for Barcelona's history of playing attractive, attacking football. It's like a match made in football heaven. He can take on defenders and create scoring chances, which Barcelona has missed since Neymar left. Plus, he knows how to find the back of the net, something Barcelona needs to share the goal-scoring burden with other players, not just Lionel Messi. But it's not just about one player. It's about how João Félix can work with his new teammates. He can team up with Gundogan and Pedri to create a dynamic trio that can give defenders nightmares. His arrival has pumped up the excitement levels in Barcelona, and that's something they've been missing for a while. Just so you know, João Félix's move to Barcelona is like another shot to create a lasting legacy. And now, he's ready to prove himself again and show the world the incredible talent he is. There might be pressure, but he's up for the challenge. So, let's hope João Félix's time at Barcelona is a success story. The future looks bright, and soccer fans everywhere are rooting for him to shine again. Here's to João Félix and his journey with Barcelona. May it be remarkable and unforgettable. Cheers!